So, um, in regards of the player that I've been toying around with these, well, many weeks actually, and it's going slow, but slowly moving forward. Um, but I have a lot of material and trying different things in regards to the colors. Um, trying things out, and there are some issues with the players themselves, both the video player and the music player, and I guess most of the issues are pretty much with the video player and not the music player. But the music player do seem to, and I haven't really looked into in regards to the download thing and all that. It would be nice if I could have it available for people to easily download whatever they want, because I think that's the way to do it. Instead of streaming and again radiation from your mobile, for example, or whatever, if you just want the source. I would rather download something and then listen to it. In regards of not having radiation over an hour or two or something like that. But anyway, there's still a lot of things to work on, and in regards of the website itself, that I pretty much broke that yesterday, before the Sabbath. I was toying around with, and installed a new theme, and ended up pretty much messing it up. So it doesn't go to the page that I actually should, in regards to the front page, which of course, needs work as well. But I got a little closer in regards of a new theme that seems to work on the mobile, because the old theme was very old. Which I liked the old theme because it looks like an old kind of web page and all that. But the problem is, in regards of mobile, it's not really it's not made for mobile use. So I'm looking for something that works on the mobile, and this looks pretty good. So, but of course, I'm thinking of reinstalling and beginning again, and of course, I made a good mess of everything. And I can't get the system to now show my first page in regards to the website, even if I go in, and I think I had that issue beforehand many years ago, and there's a solution, I'm sure, but the question is what. But I have a little music in regards of the Martin Luther children's song that I made in a program, and fix the harp and all that. I use it as my phone tone, but now this version is usually censored both in English, in Danish, and in German. This song has been censored in regards to the second line. And in regards of the German version, it has "Und Stier des Papst und Türken Mord." Something like that. No, German, I don't know much German. But anyway. So that is in regards to the papacy and the Mohammedans. Now, apparently the powers to be, thought it was a good idea to censor it and remove it. And of course, one can't just fix it again. But anyway, that's some future things also to work on. But I've looked at, there's a lot of English versions of this song, many variations. Again, the problem is when you translate from one language to another language, that's one thing. But if you are doing it in regards of a song, in regards of a melody, you need to have it, you have more factors to be aware of. And then sometimes you need to, be a little creative in regards to translating it. So it still fits the music. But anyway, the English, Danish and German is closer than English and German. So So they seem to have had more problems in regards of the English. In any case, that's my player as well that I just put in. Doesn't really look so good in this mode, it seems. I think I have another version down here, but this is something, the whole theme is just I haven't really done much with it besides breaking my page, making it a little but it looks pretty, it needs some fine tuning for sure and all that, but moving forward for sure. So the list is also a little too big, I should be able to change that as well. But again, the thing is, the player is, how do we get okay, there we go. The video player is actually, it's a module for WordPress. So even if I have the other video player in HTML in regards to just the website, it's two different modules, and even if they have the same features, you still need to set things up again and refigure out how things work and all that. And it's more graphical for sure in WordPress than it is in this mode. But of course, it should easily be able to then take the videos and move it into the Facebook player when the Facebook player then is as I wanted, and thereby at least anyway, it takes time. I'm really, in regards of, I pretty much have material now from Baptists, from Lutherans, from Seventh-day Adventists. I have information from actually also Roman Catholics as well, or former Roman Catholics as well. But Carl Kohlhase is actually a Roman Catholic, which is sad, and I hope it comes out of the system. But I was looking in the past, a good amount of time since I was looking after the Psalms. I wanted some biblical things in regards of songs and all that. And Carl Kohlhase had made 150 songs in regards of the biblical Psalms. And as far as I can see, he doesn't. That's one thing that I'm a little curious about in regards to the 150 Psalms, which I haven't figured out why he names them as such. But in regards to the songs, I haven't found any Roman Catholic leaven in them. He keeps to the Bible. Pretty much, I haven't found. Okay. Of course, I can't see the names at the moment of the Psalms. Something, of course, I would need to fix as well. But anyway, but there are some of the songs that seems to have like an ascension thing, and I'm like, where do we get this thing from? I don't remember it from the biblical Psalms that they have like an ascension. So I don't know. I'll guess I could write to him and ask him if he wants to write back to me, because he became a little silent after I tried to after I guess tried to get him to see that in regards to Roman Catholicism. Anyway, so I haven't really heard from him since that. But his songs are pretty good. Again, I haven't found any doctrinal falsehood in them. I do know that he has songs that are Roman Catholic in nature in regards to the cookie Jesus and all that bullshit, the Eucharist and all that. But I haven't seen anything in regards to the 150 Psalms. So what I did in the past, I downloaded them, and I didn't really care for his teaching in the videos, and I cut every song up. It was a tedious job to do in regards to the 150 YouTube videos. But and then I fixed it, and it went pretty good. Anyway, so but it's a tedious job, but his songs are free and in regards to spreading and all that, and he wants to spread. Sadly, he's a Roman Catholic, and but hopefully he will get out of that again at some point. But I have different, mixed playlists testing who is Yeshua the Anointed. That would of course be Jesus Christ. In regards of who Jesus Christ is, just write it in a little different way. In regards of Christ, in regards of Anointed, in regards of the Mashiach, and all that. The Anointed One. But anyway, so that's, of course, I still have other things and things to fix and all that, but at least have some of the sources of the real Jesus from Paul Meyer, and apparently he's a professor. He's a Lutheran professor, historian, and pastor, as I understand it. I don't like all these titles, things, and all that, but whatever. Ben Withington apparently is also a professor. Found one that was pretty good with him as well. I saw, I think, 2 others that I've been looking at the different things and putting things in the play and then looking it over and seeing, is this something that is, and I just saw one of them in regards of historical Jesus and all that, and was utterly crap. It was utterly nonsense. And he was also like one of these higher learned people and all that. You really have to be, you listen to it and something seems strange. You get these vibes that something is wrong. And then you get further into it and it just gets more and more and more strange, in regards of, and it's like, and when he talked about in regards of Jesus changing his view or something, it's just something. It's something that was like in regards of John the Baptist when he died. Something that was just totally. Where I'm like, okay, this is give me a break. Where Jesus was like, where he puts something on Jesus that I'm like, where did you get that from? Come on, just into the land of the strange and all that. Anyway, so I deleted that, and we have The Case for Christ, Lee Strobel, journalist. He was a journalist and he became a believer many, many years ago, as I understand it. But that is in regards to the case of Christ. He was a non-believer and he, as a journalist, began to research in regards of Jesus Christ. I can't remember if that is the video also talking about the scriptures in regards of how many documents we have compared to, but he has made multiple videos. But primarily, I'm just looking at like trying to get a little from everybody in some sense. What I know of good material. I haven't seen the Battle for the Bible yet, totally. Just a little snippet here. Wycliffe, Tyndale, and Cranmer. So I'm not sure if that is something that it will be on. What Good is Christianity is... I was actually looking for a longer video that I remember seeing in the past. I think it was around an hour or something like that, where they were talking about what Christianity actually had done for the world, stopping different things and how helping the poor and the weak, and in regards to the child, what do you call those children without father or mother, or against abortion in regards to killing your own children or murdering them. If it's a girl, just murder her. Just kill her. If it's a boy, keep. It's just this disgusting things that these pagan, filthy religions, or sacrificing your children to demons or to idols. All these things, and I remember he was talking about what good Christianity actually had done to the world, because a lot of people are attacking Christianity. Now, of course, you also have to be aware in regards of Roman Catholicism that Roman Catholicism is the one that actually has persecuted Christianity. So making itself out to be Christianity, yet, it's a wolf in sheep clothing. It's a great stinking wolf in sheep clothing. It's being led by the Antichrist. But this was pretty much, it was prophesied that the good eatable wheat would grow up with the bad poisonous darnel. So that's, of course, is to be expected. And of course, we have a lot of pointers from the Bible exposing this wicked system, and that might be one of the reasons why the system itself did not, or Satan and his minions did not want people to read the Bible, because they would figure out that the system of Roman Catholicism is not following the Bible. Anyway, of course, there are things they actually have, but where they have actually correct, and yet they have you when they're talking about Jesus Christ, they're talking about a cookie. The Mass is very important for Roman Catholics. The cookie Jesus, the false cookie Jesus, and if you say that is idolatry, you are anathemanized. And of course, there's a huge mountain of curses on Protestants who protest the Antichrist. Anyway, so that is in regards of who is Yeshua the Anointed, and I have other things. I'm going to put a gospel or the book of John at least inside it, because that's the best, that's one of the best sources. And again, the best source that I know in regards of the idea is also to get information into every single thing of these videos. So not only having different Christians out there, whatever nomination they are in some sense. Now, of course, we're not going into ecumenical bullshit union with the Antichrist. That's absolutely not the way I'm. But you have to. You cannot just discard everything. Like the false witnesses, or also known as the Jehovah's Witnesses. They have the name of God, and they have a good amount of information in regards to the name of Jehovah. But it's kind of, what do you call it? It's weird that that the group calls themselves Jehovah's Witnesses, and yet they reject Jehovah, and that's because they only believe the Father is Jehovah. They don't believe the Son is Jehovah. They believe it's blasphemy if you say that the Son is Jehovah. So isn't it interesting that they would call themselves Jehovah's Witnesses, and yet they are trained in rejecting that Jesus is God Almighty Jehovah? So, that's very sad. Although I don't think I have any sources from the Jehovah's Witnesses on the list, and I haven't really seen anything of, maybe in regards to the name, actually. I've seen one video in the past in regards to the name. Who knows? That might be, but anyway, that's the only thing that I can pretty much think of that I would maybe look at in regards of the Mormons. I don't see anything in regards to the Mormons at all. If anything, maybe, they have this choir in regards of music and all that, but there are a huge amount of issues in regards to the Mormons. So having their own books and Joseph Smith as their prophet and whatever, and the temple things, and so I don't really see anything that I, primarily I'm pretty much just trying to make sources available for people to find, to get started in some sense. That's the, and of course, and having some good sources. It seems like people might have issues finding things and all that. And over the many years that I've been, looking at, and there's ocean out there of material pretty much. it just continues and continues and continues, and that's coming more and more and more. But a lot of people haven't heard the other side of scientific, of observable, creationistic, intelligent design. I guess I might have flawed, what do you call it, made a little too biggy words here. But anyway, I might change the title here. But they might not have heard about intelligent design or creationism or scientific, observable, anyway. So trying to find some good sources on that as well. Believers protest against the Roman Antichrist. I might again change the titles in regards of Christians protest against the Roman Antichrist. I guess that might be easier for people to understand. Maybe that there is a difference in regards to the Roman Catholics and the Christians. And I have some videos in here now from Tony Alamo, the Pope's Secrets. I usually call him the Poops, if it's plural anyway. We have Tares Among the Wheat, sequel to Lamb in the Dark. There's two of those. And again, a lot of the videos I have to recheck and see if there's anything. There is a possibility of me actually making subtitles. There's different things that you can actually do in the video application, but I don't want to just fix things up in the video that annoys the people when they're watching anything. So there's a way that you can actually put subtitles on and have, they're pretty, what do you call it? They're not jumping just up on the screen, like they're not really a problem overall there in the button and all that. So I'm thinking of looking into that. So every time there is a doctrine that is problematic, in my view, then I can just put it in there and warn people about it. But because the problem is there's a lot of good stuff from so many different people and different nominations and all that. The problem is like the SDA, they have a lot of good things in regards of pointing out that, who the Antichrist is and so forward. And yet they also have some serious issues. And it's usually mixed together, and that's the problem. So yeah. That's so I'm thinking of that might be a way to do it. So Catholic Inquisition and the torture tools, I think, is from a former Catholic. I do wonder why he wouldn't accept Alberto Rivera as but I guess maybe I don't know. I really don't know why Alberto Rivera knew so many things that I found another SDA source actually, who's just bringing one book after another and all that. And this is an older video. I'm not sure if he's alive anymore. But anyway, this is like a VHS thing quality, and the quality is not that good and all that. But he's just taking one book after another and all that, and exposing the system. And he's talking about how the SDA is being infiltrated by the Jesuits, because there are some SDAs that are awake to the things that the Jesuits are in the works. And of course, it's not only the SDA; it's pretty much everywhere. And how they are operating in regards of fixing it from the inside, going to the top, and then changing it from the top. So changing it from the top, or from the top to the bottom instead of from the bottom to the top, right? So they are changing things. So he's exposing this, but they're mixing it with SDA doctrines, and it's so there's some really, really good stuff, but there's also some and the problem is it's so slick, it's so slick, so it's very sad. I should actually, gather all my, when I talked to the SDA on the Facebook last time, I asked them a lot of questions, which one of the pastors apparently answered, but apparently he deleted his messages again. Actually, there was two that seems to have just deleted their messages again afterwards. And I could just see that they had answered, but I couldn't see the messages because they were deleted. So that's 4 hours later I saw it. So not sure what that was about, but sadly it was. Would have been interesting to see what they were writing. So I don't know. Maybe they just gave up on that. But that was, where I have some other things. I haven't really digged into the SDA, really, really deep, but, I found enough issues that to not become an SDA, that's for sure. But anyway, again, they have some really good stuff as well. But anyway. It's really, I'm having really a conflict here because some of the SDA material are really, really good, and yet, and yet there's this, this leaven in it, which, I don't know. What did I actually call it? Q18 pass through. Apparently didn't call. So this is also from the SDA in regards to the festivals, and they're twisting Ellen G. White's words to actually make her say that saying that she's not saying what she's saying. But of course I think we should absolutely keep the festivals of God, but. They're hanging on to Ellen G. White, and because they're hanging on to Ellen G. White, they need to have her say something else than what she's actually saying. So, again, I think it's a kind of dishonest. It's nice to see them promote the festivals for sure, but I just don't understand why they just don't throw Ellen G. White out and just keep to the Bible. Then they don't need to try to. Reinterpolate or whatever, what she's actually just saying. But yeah. We have some Anabaptist martyr hymns, pilgrim praises, favorite truth bomb songs should probably just be called songs because I wanted some really good anti-Catholic and truth bombs in the and I've pretty much ended up just fixing other things in it as well, so need to fix that at some point. Do You Love Me is a song in regards of all these pagan festivals. So we have the Danish version of the Martin Luther song from 1542. Radical for Jesus, Ancient Words Ever True. That's the same song, but with lyrics and someone else is singing it. Maybe I should sing the things them myself and all that. Then but anyway, Are You Washed in the Blood? Are You Washed in the Blood? Okay, that's from the Anabaptist. El Shaddai and Thy Word, Amy Grant. That's actually I've changed that song a little in regards of. I'm not sure if the Hebrew is totally correct. I don't know enough Hebrew to actually verify or not in regards of what some of read, what some of the things I read. We have Remember in regards of Sarah Draggett. Remember, is that the song? That might be the song, okay. Something, I need to delete something here. But there's a little confusion. Is it the song Remember? I think it's the song Remember. Then we have the Inquisition song by J.B. Henry. have it in a low quality version. I also have some other things that I think could be pretty great songs to sing. That I need to look into. Unmask again is one of these songs that it tells a story. It exposes the system. I'm not entirely sure if where they're coming from in regards of but they're Protestants for sure.